give this advice to all the married men and married women in the house. If you have pen and paper, please write them down. They will help you. They will help you. Bring pen and paper, write this down. They will help you. 5 ways to make a man happy. As a married woman. Number 1, don't go through our phone. 5 ways to make a man happy. Number 2, learn how to cook. 5 ways to make a man happy. Number 3, don't be a nagging wife. 5 ways to make a man happy. Number 4, love his mother. Any man you like a mama, they will say you juju hold the man. Don't be juju. Access. Then number 5, love his friends. Before most men cheat, their friends know. Don't be joke. Now the friend will come, okay, don't do that. Your wife is nice. And some of us will get conscious, no good plan. There are 5 ways to make a woman happy. Number 1, give her money. 5 ways to make a woman happy. Number 2, don't stop giving her. 5 ways to make a woman happy. Number 3, continue giving her. 5 ways to make a woman happy. Number 4, continue to borrow to give her. 5 ways to make a woman happy. When your money finish, introduce her to your friend that have money. But that's not serious. That's serious.
Is for government to carry out their traditional functions, and that is like provision of public goods, maintenance of law and order, defense against external aggression, regulation of trade and business, and to ensure social and economic stability of the nation. The major source of funds for economic development, especially for our government in Nigeria, is tax. We used to talk about oil money years back, and we all knew what is happening in the oil market. The oil revenue is not sustaining the economy again. So whether we like it or not, we have to come back to the sustainable source of revenue for government, and that is taxation. So it's right for us to talk about this topic today, and I'll also try to let us know that we're not just saying pay to government, we are also encouraging us to ask government to be accountable to us and to give us what we expect. Even though in the national tax policy ourselves, we should not be expecting anything, but we have our rights also. There's a social contract we have with government. Nigeria's revenue from oil can no longer sustain the nation's developmental objectives due to the decline in oil price in recent years, coupled with the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. There is oil price volatility that has led to the decrease in government oil revenue. The importance of tax in an economy and the ability of government to provide infrastructure and social services cannot be overemphasized. We may say government is not doing it yet, but I know government is trying to get it right. I'll quickly highlight some basic things about taxation being a veritable tool in advancing economic development. Before I go into that, I need to just talk a bit about taxation itself as a concept. It's the means by which the government of nations generates revenue to finance their expenditure through the imposition of compulsory charges on citizens and artificial persons, which we call the corporate entities. The government will typically have other sources of income besides tax, such as oil revenue, such as revenue from parastatals, grants, rendering of services, revenue from granting of licenses, and disposal of government assets. But we've seen that these are just one-off income. The sustainable one is taxation. As long as people are working, and as long as we are alive, there will always be tax to pay. In Nigeria, all persons in employment, individuals in businesses, non-residents who derive income from Nigeria, as well as companies that operate in Nigeria, are liable to pay tax. Thus, taxation is the principal source of income for funding government expenditure. Besides its revenue generation capacity, taxation can also be used as a fiscal policy tool to shape the economy through the tax policies formulated and reviewed from time to time. We've seen recent trend of Finance Act, and that's the review of our tax laws. From 2019, we have another one done in 2020, and in 2021, the discussion is ongoing. And this is what we come out with our preparation bill, which is the annual budget. Now, what is tax in itself? Tax, in a layman language, is a compulsory levy imposed by the government on the income, wealth, and capital gains of individuals and businesses on spending goods and services and on properties. However, in Nigeria's revised National Tax Policy 2017, have given tax a different definition. It says, any compulsory payment to government imposed by law without direct benefit or return of value or a service, whether it is called tax or not. In essence, what this is saying is that it's our civic responsibility as citizens of Nigeria to pay tax, and we have to perform this without expectation of direct benefit or return from government. Personally, I believe that with that definition, what are we saying about the social contract? We don't expect it, but we expect government to be responsible to us. Now, two forms of taxes that affects us. We have the direct tax, and that's directly on our income, and we have the indirect tax, and that is on consumption. As long as you buy things, as long as you purchase things, you pay the indirect tax. The common one is the value-added tax. Whether we like it or not, every one of us, we are paying value-added tax. When you talk about the direct tax, if I'm not working, I don't have tax to pay because there's no income. But you may not be working, but you have income. You're doing some vocation. You're getting some money into your hands. There's a law that guides what tax you should pay, and that comes under the states. This is why the states now are clamoring to increase their revenue generation, and a lot of things are going on. You get a lot of letters from the states. They will ask you to come and pay tax. In fact, I had a friend who bought a new car, and after he bought the car and registered the car, he got a letter. Congratulations, you just bought a car, register number, this. Kindly pay your tax. We have assessed the value of the car to be this, and we say your tax should be this amount. And when I saw it, I said, do you collect salary? He said, yes. I said, well, you paid your tax through your salary, and you bought the car from the salary. Why don't you just explain that? And we had to deal with that. So this is going to go on as long as we're in this country. And globally, that's what is happening. Now, what's the importance of taxation? The first is this. It's an instrument of revenue generation to cover government expenditure. Governments are supposed to provide infrastructure facilities for us. And we can see some of this happening. The roads, the rails, and things like that. These are a means of doing this. Secondly, taxation is an instrument of economic stabilization. Tax is always used as an instrument to stabilize inflation and stimulate economic growth. For instance, when the economy of a country is experiencing depression, the overall level of taxes may be lowered in the economy to improve consumption. So tax has its own usefulness. Thirdly, tax is an instrument of income and wealth redistribution. By levying taxes in a progressive manner, the gap of income levels is reduced, and this will facilitating the bridge of the gap in income distribution. Fourthly, tax is used as an instrument of economic regulation. It helps to regulate the consumption and production of certain goods in a country. Where the government wishes to discourage the consumption of certain type of imported goods, it may impose higher import duties on them to raise the price of those goods, which may reduce the demand for them. Therefore, it controls the volume of imports that comes into the country. And lastly, on the importance of taxation, is an instrument of payment. Government use the tax we pay to pay salaries for teachers. It used it for provision of medical services, for poverty alleviation, building of social amenities, provision of irrigation for development of agriculture, provision of ammunition for defense, facilities for the armed forces, and other things that are used for. Now, you're talking about economic development. What does it entail? Economic development can be seen as policies and activities embarked on by the government to improve the economic well-being and quality of the life of a nation or a community. A process by which nation improves the economic, political, and social well-being of the people. The ultimate aim of economic development is not just growing the economy, but rather it involves improving the economy in a way that improves the quality of life for everyone, both citizens and foreigners. The political, economic, and social development of any country depends on the amount of revenue generated for the provision of infrastructure in that given country. A tax system offers itself as one of the most efficient, effective means of mobilizing a nation's internal resources and lends itself to creating an environment conducive for businesses to thrive for the promotion of economic development. This is what the tax is supposed to do. If we are not getting this, that means we still have a long way to go. You can see that I have a short time, but I'm almost done. What's the role of taxation in economic development? It's an important fiscal tool. It helps to allocate resources from private to public needs. It's often used as a part of government public policy instrument to control inflation. Taxation can be and is often used as an instrument to promote social equity by distributing income. In conclusion, the role of taxation in developing a nation's economy can be described as irreplaceable. Taxation remains a strong social political tool for economic development and national prosperity. The tax system of a nation is expected to contribute to the well-being of all its citizenry, and taxes which are collected by the respective government should directly impact on the lives of the citizens. Taxation as a tool for economic development can be accomplished through proper and judicious utilization of the revenue collected by government at all levels. So we're not saying we're not going to pay. When we pay, we expect government to make our life better. It is good to know that the tax we pay comes back to us in form of social services, such as development of educational sector, health service sector, agricultural food production, internal defense of the state, poverty alleviation. Taxation is one of the most reliable sources of income and contributes in no small measure to economic development. It is therefore imperative that the subject of tax collection as well as tax expenditure be embarked on as priority due to the fact that taxation and development are correlated. Our development as a nation or state is highly dependent on the citizens' commitment to payment of tax, as I've said earlier, and government's responsibility to the citizens. Taxes are how we pool our money for public health and safety, infrastructure, research, and services, from the development of vaccines and the internal public schools and universities, transportation, courts, police, parks, safe drinking water. And this is a quote from police staff. Thanks for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, porous border in Nigeria has been a major challenge to the security and stability of continent at large. The implication of this is that it's not only peculiar to Nigeria nation. Nigeria, being the most populous country in Africa, plays a pivotal role in the development of African economy. And porous borders are damaging factors that have aggravated brain drain in the country. And the outflows of major investors and contributors to the Nigerian economy, as any political system needs an economy base. And basically, the economy base will collapse without a good political organization over it. The main factor which draws investors and stakeholders to a country is security and stability of political system. Incidentally, Africa is the center field of Nigerian foreign policy. The objective of a proactive government is to ensure security for citizenry, visitors, and expatriates, and attract investors with an aim of boosting country GDP. Porous borders have aided the rapid increase of small arms and light weapons, which are continuing to pose a systematic and perceived threat to the long-term social and economic development of many nations. The northern borders of country contributes largely to the country's insecurity
through the invasion of external aggression, such as terrorist groups and bandits who engage in extortion and kidnap for ransom, while criminals who engage in prostitution and trafficking in person ply their illicit trade through other porous borders in the country, thereby contributing immensely to the frightening level of insecurity in Nigeria today. Historical antecedent. After the toppling of Gaddafi government in Libya, most of you will agree with me that most of the weapons used in the uprising were smuggled to Nigeria. And it has become a thorn in the flesh as bandits now use them for operation against the military and the average Nigerian citizen. Even though Libya does not share borders with Nigeria, it borders two countries, namely Chad and Nigeria Republic, both of which share land borders with Nigeria. This shows that any entity can take advantage of porous border to further their nefarious activities with impunity. Ladies and gentlemen, the country Nigeria has over 1,400 porous borders. This is because the borders are not heavily manned by the border guards. The negligence and complicity of indigenes in border towns also contributes to the porosity of borders, as they refuse to aid security agencies in the effective discharge of their duties. The eastern part of Nigeria border Cameroon by approximately 1,600 kilometers. The northern part borders the Republic of Niger by 1,497 kilometers. The western part borders the Republic of Benin by 773 kilometers. And the northeast borders Chad by 87 kilometers. These vast borders are not properly charted and secured. This is so due to inadequate manpower and resources at the disposal of Nigerian border guards, Nigeria Immigration Service. The Nigerian Immigration Service, which is fast evolving to a modern, fully ICT compliance agency, is tasked with the victorious job of protecting the border from external aggression. However, the challenges faced by the agency can only be resolved through community policing and synergy between border communities and Nigeria Immigration Service. Treacherous border routes, both illegal and legal, can be secured through the use of unmanned vehicles known as drones, electronic sensors, video monitoring equipment with night vision capacity, and audio monitors equipped with long distance sound amplifiers, which also enable the service monitor the borders in real time without putting the lives of our officers and men at a miscalculated risk. The world is fast evolving and shrinking due to the rapid of technology. The world is more seen as a vast changed land because of ease of accessibility and connectivity through technological and digital advancement. It is therefore not out of place for Nigeria to invite the trend of making use of state-of-the-art of technology to further secure our borders and ensure stability through the effective elimination of external vices made possible by our porous borders. In addition to this, gentlemen and ladies, fundamental efforts by the federal government through Nigeria Immigration Service under the able leadership of Alhaji Idris Dere, acting Controller General of Immigration Service. The first serious attempt at recognizing the soul of border management in national development was from the report of Justice Adeku Tribunal of Inquiry into 1980 Kano riot and some of the part of northern Nigeria. All of us are aware of that situation there. Among other things, the report noted that the seemingly unmanned and poorly secured, expansive and extensive borderline contributed greatly to easy access and entry of some undesirable elements into the country. Consequently, the tribunal recommended the creation of border patrol units in Nigeria Immigration Service (NIS) to be well funded by government to ensure enhanced border security. The government followed up the recommendation with a white paper that eventually created border patrol unit in Nigeria Immigration Service by 1983. The unit has become very operational with presence across Nigerian states that share international boundaries with neighboring countries. You will agree with me that over the years, the NIS has enabled structural and other reform efforts to not only safeguard the nation's boundaries of about 4,074 and 47 kilometers, but also to make ever stronger contribution towards national security and socio-economic development. A series of operational overhauling efforts in form of enhanced training for the workforce, acquisition of modern patrol equipment, and the constitution of border patrol corps have been made with a view to strengthening the unit for an optimal performance. To say that the unit is ever more effective in achieving its mandate, it is not an understatement, gentlemen. However, given the special position of Nigeria as the preferred destination country for many citizens of ECOWAS, and indeed those from other parts of the world, as well as unfolding global migratory realities, it has become urgent to rejig the current approach towards national border management to ensure that we conform to global best practices. While the role of border management in support of security and national prosperity and development continue to dominate the management vision, the vision has also expanded to include a strong focus on migrant rights and the protection of vulnerable migrants. The fulfilling of relevant international agreements that affect border operations and a view towards management of border with special sensitivity towards contiguous cross-border communities, and to build the confidence and trust of the general population in Nigeria border management approach, and to reinforce social harmony. Today, you agree with me, the issue of border security and migration management are major social and political phenomena in the global space and redefining the economic and socio-political reality of many countries.
That is small. All right, and a good one, I don't have time. Now, for the ladies, this goes for the ladies. And the joke mainly for the men. Please, if I marry man here, just listen, it will help you. Listen, if you get paid, just write. 4 ways to make a woman think all the time. You know, men complain, when my wife don't think about me, I will go out, nothing is happening. She doesn't call me. Please, let me show you how many ways. Let me tell you ways to make your woman think of you all the time. Number 1, are you listening? Number 1, borrow money from her. Are you listening? Number 1, borrow money from her. Number 2, don't pick her call when she's calling. Number 3, keep her silent. Number 4, don't eat her food. say my husband is not home. All right, and now this one goes for the men. You see, if I Igbo man here, Igbo men, I have a problem with Igbo men.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to make welcome the PRO of NSCDC to come and help us with the first presentations of the awards. Please, round of applause for my Oga as he comes up. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping.
Can we have Dr. Mrs. Titilayo for welcome to receive our award? First and foremost, I'd like to appreciate God for this privilege to be called to do this honor to you. And having said that, I also want to stand on the already established protocols of this order with special reverence to the distinguished dignitaries on the IT and for every one of us that are here. Very quickly, I am here to present to you, Ma. Let me read what is on Black Candle Factory Production Media and Events in conjunction with Association of Women in Media presents Nigeria 10th Nigeria Stewardship Excellence Award 2021 to none other person than Dr. Mrs. Titilayo for welcome for our most outstanding, hardworking and humanitarian personality of the year in recognition of your immense, unquantifiable, selfless service to humanity, rare display of love, diligence, and commitment to Nigeria. I hereby present this award to you, ma'am.
Let me stand on the already established protocol. I want to appreciate the organizers for this award, and I'm not dedicating this to anybody but all the women folk in these premises today. I'm so proud of the women, and I want to encourage us to continue to make a difference. I'm an advocate for women being nation building, and together we'll build this nation.
On behalf of Candle Factory Production Media and Events, in conjunction with Association of Women in Media, presents 10th Nigeria Stewardship Excellence Award 2021 to none other person than you, Apostle Dr. Mrs. Nkechi Kalu, as the most outstanding humanitarian personality of the year in recognition of your immense, unquantifiable, selfless service to humanity, rare display of love, diligence, and commitment to Nigeria. I hereby have the privilege.
I'm so happy in this recognition. This award, I'm dedicating it to every girl child out there that have gone through one molestation or the other. Because this is a time for the girl child to know their place in the society. They are born with talents. They must not be deceived to accept what is not theirs. I'm dedicating this award to them. They should struggle to be what they are created to be, not to be relegated to the background, intimidated. They should not be deceived with materialism. Praise the Lord.
Thank you. This one
Before I do this, I think I need to say that it's a privilege to honor Ambassador Cornel Udofia, because I was also honored at his event, the 5th CMC Africa Awards of Excellence at Sheraton. I think that's the way God just made it. Okay. On behalf of Candle Factory Production, Media and Events, in conjunction with Association of Women in Media, I have the privilege to present to you this award on the 10th Nigeria Stewardship Excellence Award 2021 to none other person than Jew Ambassador Cornel Odofia as Entertainment Publicist of the Year in recognition of your immense, unquantifiable, selfless service to humanity, rare display of love, diligence, and commitment to Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I want to say a very big thank you to the organizers. I want to tell them that I will never let them down. I have been in this business for the past 21 years and still counting. And of course, we believe that this country is going to be better. We should not lose hope in our country. Our country is the best country we have in the world. And for me, I will try as much as possible to continue to add value, positive values to the entertainment industry. God bless all of you. God bless everyone that came to support the last CNC Africa Award. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Media and events in conjunction with Association of Women in Media, I have the privilege this hour to present the 10th Nigeria Stewardship Excellence Award 2021 to none other person than Honorable James Abiodun Falike for Lifetime Grassroots Politician of the Year in recognition of your immense, unquantifiable, selfless service to humanity, the rare display of love, diligence, and commitment to Nigeria. I have
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Honorable Oladotun Olakunle, Chairman Onigbogbo LGA, representing Right Honorable Faleke. God bless you, sir. We appreciate your presence. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Right Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, I, Oladotun Olakunle, Deputy Chairman of Onigbogbo LCDA, with gratitude to Almighty God, receive this award on behalf of the Right Honorable, and is so doing dedicated to the entire people of Ikeja Federal Constituency. Thank you.
also on behalf of Candle Factory Production, Media and Events, in conjunction with Association of Women in Media, I have the singular honor to present to Honorable Oladotun Olakunle 10th Nigeria Stewardship Excellence Award 2021 as Grassroots Politician of the Year in recognition of your immense, unquantifiable, selfless service to humanity, rare display of love, diligence, and commitment to Nigeria.
Thank you once more to the organizers for every opportunity that I have to speak in every domain like this. I want to encourage everybody, all of us here, to say that we shouldn't sit back and complain about our system all the time. Let all of us be partaker. It doesn't matter your political affiliation. It's all about all of us having interest in what goes around in our domain. The terrain has been left for too long for people that have no business in that terrain. And that is why we are finding ourselves where we are. I want to use this opportunity to encourage all of us to show interest in what goes on around us. And by so doing, this country shall bounce back to life. I dedicate this award to the entire people of Onigbogbo LCDA. Thank you. All right, thank you, sir.
Candy Factory Productions, Media and Events, in conjunction with Association of Women in Media, presents Nigeria Stewardship Award 2021 to Dr. Mrs. Cynthia Greg. Congratulations.
It's a round of applause. Clap it, clap. Show some love.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am so delighted to be recognized for this award. And I choose to make a slight correction on this, that the award is to the company called Safety Signatures, right on that backdrop, not to an individual, because that company makes this individual who is right standing before you today. While we had Cornell Utopia's award the other time, somebody who had known me for several years met me somewhere around the corner and asked me a very funny question. He said, "Can we stop making safety signatures happen?" And I laughed. I said, "I bet you know the answer yourself." So this evening, I want to give glory to God Almighty for the opportunity to be recognized at this epoch-making event. And I want to sincerely thank the organizers of this event for counting us worthy of this recognition. And I want to thank my beautiful sister. I've always watched the program called Papa Jasper and Company. It's one of my favorite programs. I'm happy to be standing with you today, and I want to encourage you to continue to do what you do because you're beautiful, you know, in that show. Thanks to everyone. Thanks for making this happen. I want to appreciate all the guests yesterday. I want you to take note of the brand safety signatures and see if there's any way you can push this brand forward. We are into security, and everything around us today circles around security. Am I right? It circles around security. So much after now, you know more about us. Thanks so much once again. God bless you.
Thank you.